Built on its racing success, Ferrari has produced a long line of Grand Tourers and more recently sports cars. Today, I briefly present 12 of the most iconic and collectible road-going Ferraris. It should be noted that the highest valued Ferrari vehicles in the collector's market are racing cars, which are not included in this list. The 166 Inter was Ferrari's first production Grand Tourer. Based loosely on the 166S racing car, the 166 Inter was powered by a 2-liter V12 designed by Gioacchino Colombo, paired to a 5-speed manual transmission. The Colombo V12 would power Ferraris into the 80s. Like the 166S, the 166 Inter features double wishbone front suspension and a lightweight tubular frame. Typical of the time, the car was sold as a running chassis, with most coast-built by Carrozzeria Touring. It should be noted that the number 166 refers to the per-cylinder displacement of 166 cubic centimeters. The 250 GT California Spyder was one of Ferrari's first production roadsters, famous for its sleek design that brings Italian elegance to high-performance open-top motoring. The 250 California Spyder, as its name suggests, was powered by a 3-liter Colombo V12 paired to a 4-speed manual transmission. Designed by Sergio Scaglietti, the 250G California Spyder was tailored to the wealthy American market that demanded an open-top sports car. Thus, it differs from the 250 GT Cabriolet Pininfarina in its sleeker design. It was also available in a shorter wheelbase. The body was built by Carrozzeria Scaglietti. The 250 GT California Spyder is one of the most collectible and valuable classic Ferraris, often fetching over $15 million at auction. The 250 GT Lusso was a luxurious Grand Tourer, also powered by a 3-liter Colombo V12. It was a favorite of celebrities such as Steve McQueen and remains one of the most beautiful Ferraris ever built. The 250 GT Lusso was designed by Pininfarina but bodied by Carrozzeria Scaglietti. Owing to its rarity from the short 2-year production window, the 250 GT Lusso is highly collectible today. The 275 GTB4 was the 4-cam evolution of the 275 GTB, which replaced the 250 series. It now used a 3.3-liter Colombo V12 engine with 4 overhead camshafts and dry sump lubrication, mated to a 5-speed manual transaxle with synchromatch and a limited slip differential. It had 300 horsepower. The 275 GTB4 was bodied by Scaglietti. Known for its perfect blend of aesthetics and performance, the 275 GTB/4 is a beautiful example of 1960s Italian design and engineering. As one of the most beautiful Ferraris ever made, examples have sold for upwards of $10 million at auction. The Daytona was the successor to the 275 GTB4, now powered by a 4.4-liter quad-cam Colombo V12. This brought power close to 350 horsepower, which matched that of the original Lamborghini Miura, a car that threatened the reign of Ferraris in the Italian exotics market. The open-top version of the Daytona, 365 GTS4, is arguably even more iconic, thanks to the cultural influence of Miami Vice. It is also one of the most beautiful and rare Ferraris of the 1960s. The Spyder often commands double or triple the price in the collector's market. The 288 GTO was a homologation special for Group B racing. It was Ferrari's first supercar and the direct predecessor to the F40. It was powered by an F114 2.8-liter twin-turbo V8, one of the first such engine in a road car. This pushed output to 400 PS. The 288 GTO also featured a composite body shell, including early use of carbon fiber. Notable owners included Niki Lauda. In the 1970s, Ferrari started to favor the 180-degree V12, also known as flat 12. With the mid-engine layout, it optimizes weight distribution and improves handling. Ferrari called this line of vehicles Berlinetta Boxster, or BB for short. The most iconic among them was the Testarossa, which, thanks to its use in Miami Vice, is a cultural icon of the 1980s, no less than the Lamborghini Countach. Numerous A-list celebrities of the time had one. Its wedge shape, side intakes, and pop-up headlights make it a time capsule that is increasingly valued today. The F40 was the last Ferrari to be personally approved by Enzo Ferrari. It celebrated Ferrari's 40th anniversary and was the fastest car of its time. The successor to the 288 GTO, the F40 was powered by a 2.9-liter twin-turbo V8 in mid-engine layout. Ferrari planned a production of 400 units, but sold over 1,300, pissing off some owners. Critics such as Gordon Murray also questioned the car's handling. Nevertheless, the F40 has become a legend among collectors, even though its price has not appreciated greatly in view of the astronomical retail price of $400,000 in 1987. As the successor to the F40, the F50 was actually limited in production and used an engine derived from Ferrari's Formula One racing car. The 4.7-liter 65-degree V12 has a 5-valve per cylinder setup. Unlike the F40, which had a weak chassis, the F50 features a carbon fiber tub that gives it a great stiffness. At the same time, the F50 has a smooth, elegant design that modern supercars differ dramatically from. Unsurprisingly, it is increasingly appreciated by collectors. The Enzo was a technical landmark, introducing numerous mechanical features that are found in Ferraris to this day. It had the first use of the new F140 6-liter V12 engine, full carbon fiber construction, carbon ceramic brakes, active aero, and F1 transmission. Designed by Ken Okuyama, the Enzo also has a sensuous body. With very limited production numbers, it is highly coveted by enthusiasts and collectors alike. The 599 GTO is the road-going version of the 599XX, featuring an evolution of the Enzo engine. Ferrari was proud to point out that it circled Ferrari's Fiorano test track 1 second faster than the Enzo. It was also only the third time Ferrari used the coveted GTO designation for a car, after the 250 GTO and the 288 GTO. Unlike modern Ferraris that may appear too ostentatious, the 599 GTO retains the 599's sensuous design. It already has become a modern classic. Part of Ferrari's Icona series, the Monza SP1 and SP2 are limited production speedsters inspired by Ferrari's classic Barchettas from the 1950s. Powered by the latest evolution of the F140 6.5-liter V12 engine with close to 800 horsepower, the Monza SP represents the purest form of Italian sports car reimagined for the 2020s. While few, if any, could use its full potential, this does not stop it from being a performance and styling tour de force that will surely have a place in the hall of all-time great Ferraris.